Hello and welcome back to Swedish Metaverse Center and our efforts to explore the metaverse. In this video, we are going to venture through Spatial, a metaverse world that has recently been seeing a lot of new updates. We are also gonna take a quick look at Ready Player Me, which is an avatar creator, frequently used across all of the metaverse. Spatial can be accessed directly from your web browser, your phone, or from your Oculus if you have one of those. So, if you're interested in joining Thursday's live session, I do suggest that you sign up on the mailing list right above or on our website. We would love to have you guys there to hang out with us and so we can answer any questions you may have. Of course, if you are looking to stay updated on the metaverse, I highly suggest you follow our LinkedIn page. We post about the metaverse on a regular basis, and we still have so much more to explore. But without any further ado, let's explore Spatial. So, like I said, Spatial can be accessed from your web browser, your phone, or your VR device. Once there, you will be greeted by a website that looks just like this. So here you have just a bunch of different worlds that you can explore. But of course, we are only going to take a look at a few. So the first one I want to show you guys is an actual tutorial level that Spatial themselves have put together, which is this one right here, Spatial Level 1. So just by clicking Dive In, we are going to dive into the world of Spatial.
Welcome to Spatial, an immersive world for you to explore. Here you'll embark on your first quest, quickly mastering the basics. It's a little dark out there. Find the nearby torch to light your path.
All right. So, as you can tell right off the bat, we actually have a voiceover. There is a voice giving us instructions on how to actually use Spatial. You also get these little pop-ups with the basic movements, as well as how to interact with objects. But this is what Spatial looks like. The first thing you're gonna notice is that compared to other metaverse worlds we've explored so far, Spatial definitely goes for a more realistic look. First off, our avatar actually looks seemingly human, which is quite rare in the metaverse. And this is thanks to the avatar creator that I mentioned, Ready Player Me, but we're gonna talk more about that in a second. But just look at this environment. You have tables with actual like small objects. There is a lot of attention to detail that we really haven't seen anywhere else in the metaverse. Not to mention that Spatial has a lot of beautiful views. Typically, when you're in Spatial, you will see a lot of open landscapes, just like this one. But as you can tell, there's also just a lot of beautiful colors. You have wonderful water effects. And yeah, it's incredibly nice and relaxing. And one thing that may not be super obvious to most people, but it is very important to me, is the audio, the sound. Right now, there's this sort of nature background noise going on. You have birds singing and chirping. Let me turn it up for you guys, just so you can hear it properly. It's this really nice, calm, and serene, very soft background sound that so far has been completely unique to Spatial. And you're gonna notice this throughout all of the worlds within Spatial, that they do pay a lot of attention to sound. And I don't know, I really like that. Alright, so when we join this little tutorial world, we are given a quest that is meant to teach us how to move and get around in Spatial. So let's actually proceed with this quest. And there we go, we finished the tutorial. Yeah, it's a very quick tutorial, but it does give you the very basics of Spatial, and we're now ready to explore. So let's start by going to a world that I personally really enjoy. And what kind of world could that be? Well, if you make an account on Spatial, you actually get your own world. If I go to my spaces, I actually have my own world, my own home. So let's go there real quick. So this is what your home will look like. You get this little house that you can decorate. I chose to put a giant cat on top of my table. I just thought that fit the room. But you get this world for free that you can just sort of do whatever you want with. And it is actually quite big. This entire area, you are free to do whatever you want with. But we are not here to spend hours on creating the perfect world, even though that does sound like a lot of fun. I am here to show you some of the basic functions. So, in your home, in your own world, you can place whatever kind of asset you want. So at the bottom, we can add content. Here you can see, here's my cat. Let's add something else. How about a piece of cake? That sounds good. Let's add a cake. We just click on that, and we've now added a cake into the world. By pressing on the cake, we can also change its properties. For example, its size. Look at that. And then you just simply drag them around. You can just place things into the world. Very easy, very simple. And this is where NFTs come into play in Spatial, because you can purchase assets and 3D models. So in your content tab on the left, you can actually find Sketchfab, which is a completely separate service where you can purchase and sell 3D models. You also have the Creators Toolkit, where you can create your own models. And then, of course, you have NFTs that is built on the Ethereum blockchain. So the idea here is that you buy and sell different 3D models that you can then add to your home. And this is also what would allow you to make something much, much bigger than just a little house, right? You can make anything, and that is exactly what we are going to explore here in a second. Before we do that, however, I quickly want to show a function that I absolutely love, which is this right here. You can actually share your screen. So I'm just going to share what's on my second monitor right now, which is this right here. It's a little picture of my cat. I can share my screen, and I can move it around. There we go, that's a good spot. So you can share your screen, including audio, with the people in your world. So this could make for a really nice social gathering, honestly. Yeah, this is just a very brief example of how you could use this function to maybe watch some YouTube videos together with your friends. Maybe you could use this for the workplace. This is a great alternative to any kind of meeting, really. There's obviously a lot of different things you can do, but I just really love this functionality, and also the fact that you can just move it around freely whenever you want to. Anyway, that's enough about this world, the home world. We are gonna go out and explore other people's creations. But before we do that, we obviously need to look the part. So this is where Ready Player Me comes in. Ready Player Me is an avatar creator. It is a completely separate service, but a lot of metaverse worlds use Ready Player Me instead of having to make their own avatar creator. So this is what our avatar looks like right now. But if I go here and down right and then edit avatar, I can then go to create Ready Player Me avatar. So this is what she looks like right now. And you can do all the things, really. You can change skin color, if you can change the hair, you can change the eyes, you can change just about anything. So just to give you an example, how about we change into something a little bit fancier? Look at that. Wow, that is a suit. You have anything from, yeah, just these crazy creations to something a bit more casual to something a bit more formal. So there's a lot to choose from, but the important takeaway is that you will see a lot of these types of avatars all throughout the metaverse because so many metaverse worlds use Ready Player Me. What that means is that if you go to Ready Player Me's website and create your avatar there, just like I have, you can actually use the same avatar across all metaverse worlds that use Ready Player Me. Being able to use the same avatar across the metaverse has always been an issue, but with Ready Player Me, it's no longer an issue. Of course, not every metaverse world uses Ready Player Me, so it won't work everywhere, but in a lot of places it will. If you do explore the metaverse quite a lot, I do recommend making an avatar for Ready Player Me. It's honestly pretty great, and it is completely free as well. There we go, we changed up our outfits. We are going for a bit more of a casual, laid-back look, because we are gonna be going out and explore the world of Spatial. The first one we're gonna go to is this one, Escape Game Treasure Island. The point of this world is to fix your broken pirate ship and escape the island that you're stranded on. In order to do that, you have to wander the island and find planks that you can use to repair the ship. So first off, you need to talk to the captain, and we actually get a little bit of voice acting here, which is quite unique to Spatial. I don't think I've heard voice acting anywhere else in the metaverse, so this definitely took me by surprise when I first saw this. We get a little bit of a map, and we get to explore the island, so this will be a good time to just show you guys what Spatial actually looks like in practice. So the world is actually quite beautiful. Like I said, I really like the water effects, the graphics look good, the characters move really well. Again, the audio is amazing. I don't know if you can hear it right now because of the way I'm recording, but I can actually hear seagulls off in the distance, and I can hear the shore, and I can... Yeah, it is actually really, really well done. So little quests like this one is quite common to see in Spatial. So we see this a lot in the metaverse, that people use quest lines to sort of get you to explore their world. You will see this a lot throughout Spatial as well. But I promise there are still worlds here that are completely different and definitely do their own unique thing. So now that we have gotten a feel for Spatial, how about we move on to the next world? It's gonna be this one, Lo-Fi Radio. So I was actually here last night, and it was actually really, really nice. So this little lounge right here, it's really just all about socializing and talking to people while listening to some nice, calm music. So this person has used their land, their world, to promote their music. And it's honestly a really wonderful place. Like I said, I was here last night, and I ended up talking to another person who I then realized was actually the creator of the world. But the point is, we just hung out. We just had a good time. We listened to some music. We had a conversation. And yeah, it was really nice. And that just sort of shows what Spatial is like, I guess. In my time here, I've actually met quite a few lovely people. And while it's not quite as social as like VR chat, it is definitely one of the more social metaverse worlds out there as of right now. Moving on, Spatial is a very, very popular place specifically for art galleries. So you will see a lot of art galleries. So this is just one example of what you're gonna be seeing. We actually have some really nice animal pics and some nature. I quite like this. Look at all these little guys. Look at them. They're beautiful. And we also have some wonderful landscapes. But yeah, I think this is my favorite. Look at them. But just a quick example. Like I said, art galleries are very, very popular in Spatial, and it's quite unique because while art galleries exist throughout other metaverse worlds, they are not nearly this popular as they are in Spatial. Also, this right here is the actual owner of the world. I can tell because of the check mark, and they actually just said hi to me. Again, proving that there is quite a social aspect in Spatial as well. But before we finish off, I do want to show this one. This is called The Game. This world is just a big city. When you enter this world, you will experience a lot of lag. The reason for that is because it is absolutely huge, and there's a lot to render in. But the point is that this land just goes to show how vast you can actually make your world in Spatial. But yeah, I could just keep on moving through here for however long, and just the buildings keep coming. This place is absolutely huge. So while it's still under development, and while there's not a whole lot to do here as of right now, in the future we can probably expect this to have a lot of content. I decided to jump to another art gallery just to get a little bit more of a calm and less laggy background, because that's gonna have to do it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed your time in Spatial with me, because I sure have. This was my first time back in Spatial for a couple of weeks, and last time I was there, it looked very, very different. The developers are actively working on Spatial, and they are rolling out new updates on a regular basis, so I think we can expect a lot from Spatial in the future. If you want to explore Spatial for yourself, again, it is extremely easily accessible, which makes it just that much easier for you to join us for Thursday's live session when we yet again are gonna explore Spatial. We'll help guide you through Spatial and answer any questions that you may have. Of course, if you liked what you saw today, do consider following us on our LinkedIn page. You can expect a lot more Metaverse content. With that, Swedish Metaverse Center, signing out. Hope to see you next time, alright?